Dear students, today I shall discuss on satire, literary term that is prescribed in your syllabus. Satire is a composition in which human vice or folly or person as guilty of it is held up to ridicule. It is essentially a criticism of man and his work made in a light-hearted manner and wit. Its chief instruments are irony, wit, and humor. We can also say that the true end of satire is the amendment of vices by correction. And a literary work which searches out the faults of men or institutions in order to hold them up to ridicule. Satire in English literature is as popular as English literature itself. It is of classical origin. Its chief exponents in Latin literature were Horace, Persius, and Juvenal. English literature started with Chaucer, who was a remarkable satirist. In Canterbury Tales, he presented a strong satire on the vices of 14th century society of England. In 16th and 17th century, we find many poets like Spenser and Dryden who produced very healthy satire. In 18th century, in other words, 18th century in England has become famous for its satirical attitude. Pope, Swift, Dr. Johnson, Addison, and Steele are the most outstanding satirists. The Rape of Law, Swift's Battle of the Books, Dr. Johnson's London, and Addison's Cowardly Papers are very famous as satirical works. Satire has also been revealed in English drama also. In 18th and 17th century dramatists like Ben Jonson, Lilly, Lodge, Marlowe, Peele produced their interest in satire. In 18th century again, English drama was based on satirical attitude. Even at present, modern dramatists realize the importance of satire in drama. Even all the modern fiction writers are feeling the importance of satirical attitude. At present, we can say that corruption is arising in every field. Naturally, the spirit of satire is developing in literature. The characteristics of a good satire. First, the satire is inspired by either a personal grievance or a desire to reform. Second, a good satire must be forceful and mild. It should not be bitter, biting, and abusive. In general, it hates the sin and not the sinner, and is more playful than hurtful. In this respect, Pope and Addison are outstanding satirists. Next, satire presented by satirists must be witty and pointed. Next, The most important aspect of the presentation of satire is the presentation of humor in satire. And the last, the satire must be concise. Now we come to conclusion. Satire is the criticism of society, and a satirist is the best critic of the society. Through his writing, a satirist intends to reform the vices of the society in which he lives. Thus, almost all the satirists are representative writers of the age. A satirist is like a laborer who clears away the ruins and rubbish of a old house before the architect and builder begin on a new and beautiful structure. That's enough.